You want to talk about Wendy Williams and whether or not should actually be released from her conservatorship?
I don't know too much about the conservatorship, but a bank can just put a conservatorship on you?
Well,
am I understanding that correctly?
I don't know what's going on. I'm a little bit confused, but she was on the Breakfast Club. It seems like they were trying to advocate for her her cognitive state. Again, why do we keep letting the Breakfast Club handle these matters? Why do we keep having this shit out with them?
I mean, I guess the argument is because of Charlamagne and Wendy's relationship.
But fam, okay.
Even though it's only a working relationship.
If we are not, because the person living with her, as I'm understanding, the person who was also on the interview advocating for Wendy, that's her niece, right?
I didn't see it. I don't know.
Oh, you didn't see it? Okay, yeah. She said it was her niece. Like but it's not Kevin Porter Jr., her son. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. It's not her son. So her son obviously knows about her mental state. I would guess that was the one who was living with her full time when she got her diagnosis. You know,
wasn't she giving him money
when she passed out on screen? Y'all remember that? Mm-hmm. Okay. And we all seen the footage of her yelling at people incoherently and having those spells of, what seems to be some sort of cognitive decline. I can't pretend to be able to diagnose her through a screen, but something was obviously going on. Is it possible that some greedy conservator got hold of Wendy Williams and control of her while she was also in a diminutive cognitive state? Like, can two things be true? Can she have dementia and she also be being taken advantage of? Like, that's why it's irresponsible of me to put it in Breakfast Club's hands to bring this information to us, because y'all are saying that she's fine. No, she's not fine. No, we know she's not fine. I think she would at least be able to continue to work if she was fine. Like, how did we even get to this point where we're having people taking care of her around the clock if she's cognitively safe? Like that we've skipped so many steps. Like, she had an ex-husband, she has a son. There's a lot of barrier there for us to just get to, oh, well, some bank conservator took over her entire life and now we just need to let Wendy be free.
Yeah, I guess from what I saw is that the reason why this even started is because she was giving large amounts of money to her son. But don't quote me on that because I don't 100% know. All I do know is that Wells Fargo is the devil. So,
So that's who is actually behind the conservatorship.
From what
is
I
Wells
saw,
Fargo.
is Wells Fargo.
Okay, well,
Wells Fargo.
That seems a bit fishy. Also,
yeah, especially if a bank can just decide to start a conservatorship.
But we can't walk back so far that we just say that Wendy Williams is healthy. Let's not.
That's fair.
That's not what's going on here. Now, I have questions for her ex-husband. I also have questions for her son. Because how did y'all? Y'all want to know what it looked like to me? Again, opinions. Allegedly. I ain't got no inside scoop. Mm-hmm. But it looked like they didn't want to deal with her, so they let West Fargo do whatever with her. Mm. So yeah, Wendy Williams probably does need to have some sort of care over her. And when it came time to divvy up her money, it was like, well, we'll be very amenable with your piece. We won't fight it too much if you allow us to control it all. We'll make you very comfortable. And her ex-husband and her son was like, okay, y'all gonna take care of it. All right, cool.
I guess forgive my ignorance because again, I don't know too much about the situation, so I'm admitting that I don't know that much going on. But again, like how a bank can decide to put a conservatorship on a person, I can understand a bank saying, "Look, we're not allowing you access to just withdraw crazy amounts of funds all the time like this," but like. A whole ass conservatorship is crazy.
They got wind of her mental decline or whatever, her impairment, seeing that no one else was putting up any type of protections around her. They assumed protection under the guise of, oh, well, she's doing all of the, all these crazy withdrawals for her son and everybody else, and she just got diagnosed with dementia. And because no one else was there around her to protect her, they took advantage. That sounds like a corporation to me. Absolutely.
Yeah, I guess my confusion is in my history as a bank employee, I've seen similar situations. Now, granted, probably not to the extent of whatever Wendy was withdrawing, But again, I've seen instances where the bank will be like, "Yeah, we're not allowing you the access to your funds because you're tying it up into fraud or you're being taken advantage of by even family members." I've seen that happen as well. But I've never seen an instance where a bank was like, "Oh no, we're taking control over your whole shit."
Your whole life, right? Yeah.
I've never seen that. And that's where, again, forgive my ignorance about this situation, but that's how it was, I guess, explained to me, and I don't understand it.
We should have done this another way. Stop using Charlemagne and iHeartRadio as your mouthpiece. Okay? And maybe we focus on that and we don't have to fucking make room for you to make accusations against Diddy. Wendy, I don't give a shit. I don't care. There's enough people there. We have enough. We're set over there. Talk about yourself. Get yourself out of trouble. This is a cry for help. I need help, but also let me earmark 15 minutes so I can rant and rave about Diddy. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here with that shit. We don't need you for that. We got Cat Williams and everybody else. We're good. Don't need another Jaguar Wright. Are you sick or not? You need help or not?
Looking at some of these chats, so Marte said, dementia is such a rough thing because you see them go back and forth in coherence. Most heartbreaking thing for me was my grandfather acknowledging he realized he didn't know who he was anymore. Again, first of all, I could only imagine dealing with something like that, especially when it's your family member who you know is somewhere in there, but is not.
And it was so telling because, again, there's this extended family member who's obviously advocating, who cares, but like you're not telling me anything about her mental condition. Like, you're just saying, oh well, she's not as bad as what people are making her seem. She's healthy. She's no.
You got to be able to speak to it.
Do I sound impaired right now? That's not fair, right? Like to Marte's point, it's not whether or not you sound coherent right now. Even Charlemagne was doing some of that. Oh, well, she sounds fine to me right now. It doesn't sound like a person who's impaired. Mm-hmm. Fam, it's either very dishonest or it's very ignorant. Either way, you're not doing her any favors.
Yeah. But Glary Bubbles also said, I think that when she was in the divorce battle with Kevin Sr., she signed a bunch of paperwork to fight against him, and she overlooked a clause that permitted them to take all of her assets. Boom. If that's the case, yes.
Jesus Christ.
That reads, because Wells Fargo is the devil.
She signed something that gave away the control of her assets,
which is crazy. But if she wasn't,
again, cognitively impaired,
yeah. So that reads. I can see that. Wendy has been in this conservatorship before she was diagnosed with dementia. The dementia diagnosis is recent.
How the hell did she get into a conservatorship before she got diagnosed with dementia? Well, what would even be the impetus to put her in a conservatorship? Signing
the papers and not maybe actually reading them or having somebody go over them.
Y'all.
Potentially.
This is not... get her on Good Morning America. Get her on 60 Minutes. Why the fuck is she talking to Charlemagne and Envy on Breakfast Fucking Club? Get her an amazing
attorney.
Like... No, I understand the value in getting the message out there that something bad is happening to her. Why are we handling this with Charlemagne?
Get her Britney's attorney. Britney got out of it.
You want to get her in front of somebody black? Get her in front of Robin Williams. Robin Gibbons. Wrong person. The Good Morning America anchor. Robin something. And Gayle King. Sit her ass down with Gayle King. Get her some sympathy votes. What favors are you doing her on the Breakfast Club? I just don't. I don't get it. Don't get it. Yeah. Robin Roberts. Thank you, Glittery Bubbles. Wrong Robin. I said Robin Givens, Robin Williams, every Robin except for Robin Roberts.
Robin Thede next.